Have you ever had a car crash where the other person was at fault but they acted like the victim? That happened to me. I stopped behind a car at a red light. She was already stopped. Suddenly, she backed into my car. We called the police, but I ended up getting a ticket for hitting her from behind. I tried to tell the officer that she reversed into me and caused the crash, but he wouldn't pay attention. There wasn't much damage to either car, just a tiny scrape on my bumper and hers. You really had to look closely to see it. A few weeks later, my insurance company called, asking to inspect my car and take photos. I told them I'd bring it in, and they seemed surprised that my car was still running fine. When I got there, as we walked out to my car, they asked if I had already repaired the damage, since they couldn't see anything from far away. I said no. When I showed them the scrape, they quickly figured out what was going on. It was insurance fraud. She claimed $3,400 worth of damage to her car. They showed me photos of her vehicle after the crash. It turned out she had backed into something like a pole or tree, which caused a lot more damage to her car. Since we both had the same insurance company, they went after her for fraud and got my ticket dismissed. I think the whole thing was a setup. Even the officer seemed suspicious. He arrived at the scene in under a minute after we called. It felt like everything was planned before I even reached the red light. The officer wouldn't listen to anything I said, which made me